Melissa Thornley with the Institute for Management Studies, and I'm here today with Tardy. Anne is an expert on building better bosses, and she is also going to be leading a session for the Institute for Management Studies on managing and leading strategies to excel at both. Anne, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yay! So, okay, in your title, it's managing and leading. What's the difference?
Well, we are going to spend a day discovering the difference, and I will sum it up by this. We lead people, and we manage the expectations around those people. And our biggest challenge is when we collapse them. And in our class, we're going to unpack this so that we can really look at how we're really managing those expectations, and that then gives us the freedom to lead in various moments that really make a difference for folks.
Cool. So how do we get both? I mean, what's the impact of being able to both manage well and lead well?
Well, let's face it. All of us who are in these sessions, we are in the middle of organizations, and we all have a boss above us. So we have to meet those expectations, and we need the people on our teams to help meet those expectations. And we also want to make a difference so they keep showing up and helping us meet those expectations. So by leading and managing, we're able to do both. And that's the power of managing and leading.
Oh, cool. So when you're looking at it through that lens, what would you say is one key area that would really set leaders apart?
Great. Well, the one key area is the foundation upon which this whole conversation is going to happen is trust. And I have seen more articles lately about, oh, you need to be a trusted leader. But what the heck does that look like? And how do we create it? And that's what we're going to do is we're going to intentionally create the trust you have with the others on your team. That's the foundation upon which everything we do matters. In fact, everything we do throughout the day with folks, as we are managing those expectations around them, everything we do will either contribute to or contaminate that trust. It's a very powerful thing. It's not a one-time, we now have that trust. We are constantly working on it. And we'll look at how all of our actions can help us contribute to that trust or contaminate the trust.
That's awesome, because it's also looks to the fact that it's built over time. So it's not one big massive thing you have to do with your team or do at your organization. It's something that you're building slowly day to day.
Well, right. And it's not something you put on a to-do list and suddenly, oh, I got trust with my team and we're done. We're always working on that trust. But if we can intentionally do that and notice how our actions can impact that trust, now it's so much more powerful. We're working on it, and people know when we are, and they want us to. We all want our boss to create trust with us. So we're going to look at the actions that we can take in a very intentional way to build that trust and keep it strong.
Excellent. So when people walk out of the session, people are going to they're going to know how to build trust with their teams and build trust as they manage up as well. And then also learning to manage, learning to lead. What else do you think people are going to walk out of the room with after your session?
Okay, it's not a think. I know what they're going to walk out with. We are going to have a whole toolbox of skills and strategies that allow us to manage those expectations around people and lead them at the same time. So we're going to talk about trust is the foundation. We're going to work on communication. We'll look at delegating and feedback and accountability and developing people, even problem solving and coaching, and then we're going to do recognition. So those are all the essential tools that we need to, as I said, manage the expectations around them and lead them at the same time. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is just make a difference. We choose these jobs so that we can make a difference. I get it. We make more money when we are in these roles with titles, but we can make more money doing a lot of things. We have to choose this one, and we can meet the expectations that are on us while still making a difference for the people who are on our teams. And that's what we're going to do. Look at the tools that allow us to do both every single day.
I love it. I can't wait for your session. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, Anne, and I'll see you soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Melissa.